the top 5 sporting moments of the weekend. Yes, indeed, you can follow us on all our fan pages, Brilla Sports TV, and of course on other social media pages, which you can see on the scroller down below. I still remain your one and only host. That's my name right there on the scroller. And this weekend we start at number 5 with the action that happened, yes indeed, in the Turkish Grand Prix, where Valtteri Bottas secured a famous win for Mercedes. Yes, he was the one celebrating, not Lewis Hamilton. Lewis, however, managed to rally and finish in the top 7. Well, it was Max Verstappen who took second place, and of course with that second place finish, Max Verstappen took control of the Drivers' Championship, by the way, of a Formula 1 2021 season. Well, from number 5 we move on to number 4, where this weekend it was a fantastic moment for Lionel Andres Messi Cuccittini, who became the first South American to score 80 goals. And when you consider that you've been playing most of those games against teams like Paraguay, against very difficult oppositions like Brazil, and you also have to travel to altitudes like La Paz in Bolivia, and you have to play stubborn teams like the Vinotinto of Venezuela, and like one person I know who only plays against Andorra and San Marino. Now, yes, that's number 4. At number 3 this weekend, I got to talk a bit of NFL as well, where the Kansas City Chiefs, they had their backsides handed to them by the Buffalo Bills in a repeat of the AFC Championship game. It was not the kind of game that our very own man Patrick Mahomes would have envisaged, and a lot of questions about the Chiefs defense become the first team to allow 29 or more points in the first 5 games of the new NFL season. Quite worrying numbers for them by the virtue of that. Number 2, yes, number 2 this week we've got for you an interesting one by the way of the action that went down in the UEFA Nations League. Yes, France, champions of the UEFA Nations League, and the part that really got it for me was Didier Deschamps after the game, where he was talking about he wasn't used to winning games or to winning titles. I mean, it was a sticky one there for his detractors, and big one right there from the French national team beating Spain 2-1 to become champions of the UEFA Nations League. Worrying times if you're Belgium. Opportunity to win their first trophy, they don't even win any of those games. Well, at number 1, it's the Super Eagles. Yes, a bit surprised. It does taste better when you win 2-0 in Douala against CAR after losing 1-0 in Lagos against CAR. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes, Raul Savoy was then able to take a slight dig at the coach of the Super Eagles after the game and said, if I were the coach of the Super Eagles, I would do better than the Super Eagles coach. What is the better way to audition for a job than that? Please tell me. You beat someone and then lose the second leg, and then you say, hey, come on, if I was the coach of your team, I would have done better. Well, that's number 1 moment for us this weekend in terms of the top 5. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media fan pages, and of course be back next week for more action, top 5 moments. And hopefully this time we won't be having to talk about coaches, trying to get the jobs of another, even though that is one thing that is constant in football. Have a beautiful week.